Hi, my fellow IBDers. Today is New Year's Eve 2012, and today is also my second year Crohnsiversary. Now, I'm doing this video for the second year in a row, so I'm going to be talking about my year in review, health-wise, of course. So, I have to say, the most recent thing that happened to me concerning my Crohn's disease would be having my colonoscopy back in May. And the results of that were like extremely positive. In my GI's words, they were remarkable. So I was very happy when I heard about that. That everything was like healing inside of me, and I had mild inflammation, which was like a big thing because for those IBDers out there, we know how big of an issue inflammation in our bodies are. So when we have low inflammation markers, it's like a really good thing. So I was really happy about that because that was the first time that I actually saw like a marked improvement in my body. And then this year too, I had a good amount of blood tests, which is I guess standard for every IBDer. We always get stuck with needles. And I have to say that my most recent blood test, which was maybe 2 weeks ago, had positive results, except for one thing, which I'm going to have to talk about in my next video. But let me just say they checked my nutritional levels, which they haven't done in a year. I guess supposedly standard procedure for my GI office is to check it once a year. So I guess this was once a year. Everything always happens to me in December, whether it's good or bad things, and I got remission in December. Like, who would have thought? Because last year, and the year before that in December, I was like sick. So it was just like I was expecting like the worst this month, but it actually gave me, I guess you want to say, a blessing, if you will, that I was able to obtain that. I'm considering myself very lucky because it's very hard to get remission. Like, I didn't think I was going to get it because after like a year or so, they were telling me, they're like, oh, well, if you haven't received remission by now, then you're probably not going to, or something to that effect. And then I kind of just like gave up hope, and I was like, well, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, there was that. My last recent blood work appointment, which was like 2 weeks ago, concerning the nutritional levels, that appointment was like pretty much horrible, to say the least, because they had two phlebotomists on stand, and of course I got the phlebotomist I don't like, and I've only had him like maybe once or twice before, so I didn't really know him so well either. That's another thing. It's like usually I'm the type of person where I like having the same people, like a routine thing, because beforehand, before my lab closed at my GI office, because we used to have our own lab where IBD patients would go and get their blood work done by the same woman, and they closed it like last July. So like so basically I had that same person though for like a long time beforehand. So like I was just so used to her, and then when I had to go switch to the hospital and get it done there, I was like so aggravated because I was like, oh, now I have to get used to someone new, and they don't really know me, so they don't know what to do or like how how to handle me, and then I ended up finding this lady that I liked, and I was really happy, because she was like nice and stuff, and when she put in the middle, you barely ever felt it, so that's why I wanted her to be the person I would always get. But like in the hospital, you don't get to pick. Well, I found out this after, that now I can pick, but before I didn't know that. So, you just sign your name and then wait to be called. You don't really. I didn't know you had the option of saying, oh well, I request this person, but now I'll definitely do that. But so that's a new thing I learned. But I have to say that it was pretty funny, like my last blood work appointment. It was even more funny than the GI appointment because I'm in there and he calls me, whatever, And then, I'm getting my like zinc checked, my vitamin D, among other vitamins that day checked. I had to get 4 tubes of blood that day, and they were all vitamins. And then she was like, "Oh, why are you having so many tests done?" Like, like the woman I did like. And then I was like, "I don't know. But I found out that my GI tested nutritional levels once a year, and so obviously me being diagnosed in December, I was up again for the nutritional levels. So yeah, that was pretty funny because the guy that I didn't like, or whatever, he couldn't find the correct color code bottle for like zinc. And I was like to myself, and you want this guy to draw my blood when he doesn't even know like what he's doing? He had to go ask the girl I like, which is like his boss, you know, about how to handle the situation or what to do because he was confused. And I was like, and then she like comes in and like she's like saying, she's like, what's wrong with it? He's good or whatever. I was like, okay, how can he be good when he doesn't really, he can't memorize like, simple things like that. Like I'm sure you drew things from someone plenty of times before. You should like kind of like already know. All of a sudden, like he looks at the sheet, sees that he has to take zinc from me, and then like, was checking his stuff and he didn't know like the bottle color because like it's all color coded, and like he like looks up, oh, uh-oh, and then like runs to you literally, like ran out of the room, and I was like to myself, oh god, and I was like, this guy's gonna draw my blood, so then she comes, whatever, sees that it's me, and she's like, oh wait, how are you, didn't I just see you like 3 days ago? And actually the funny part was, I was in there for blood work 3 days prior, with her, because I had to get, more tests done, like, so, basically what happened was, she saw that I was like nervous and anxious because of the situation. Because literally, like she had to like take out the phlebotomy manual or something. She took out like this big binder full of like forms and stuff. And it's like she showed him where like the zinc was, on like, all the stuff. And then, she's like, oh, there it is, right there. And the whole time I'm sitting there like, like this is the longest blood work appointment I think I've ever had. Um, anyways, at the hospital, I should say. And basically she's like, Wade, do you just want me to draw your blood like right in front of him? And I was sitting there like laughing because I didn't want him in the first place. So it just like turned around for me where I was able to get her again, and I was trying to explain to her, I was like, I don't like having new people, and when I do, I get like more worked up about it. I'm used to having like a routine thing, especially concerning like my health, my disease, when I flare, obviously you're gonna get like random people like in the hospital and stuff, but if you can control it any way you can, then you should, especially if you feel comfortable with a certain individual, you need to. So I learned that now you can request a phlebotomist. Like when they call you, you can just say, oh well, I'm gonna wait for her, him, or whatever you guys have. And I thought that was pretty cool because now I don't have to like get all anxious about, oh gee, am I gonna have the right person? So that was a sign of relief, and most of my nutrition levels, like I said, were in range, which I was happy about. And I had also done, they also have to check my liver for, stuff like that because my mercaptopurine affects my liver, so they have to do like the liver panel, and then they have to do the CBC. It's so funny how when you have IBD, you realize like all the medical terms, and you like know what they all mean now. It's weird. But I'm gonna finish this video by saying that 2013 is gonna be a new and happy year for me. I'm going into this new year in remission finally, so I feel like now I can like, try to live my life, and try to go out there and do more things than I did in 2012. So I guess I want to finish this video by saying Happy New Year to all the fellow IBDers out there, and I just want to let you know that you can do it. You will reach your dreams, and we will all get there one day. I love you all. Bye.